Roadhouse.
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 What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek. Joining me, as always, is Mikey the Freak.
What's up?
And Steve.
Roadhouse.
Today, we're going to be reviewing the 1989 movie Roadhouse. If you did not figure that out by the 1,000 times we said
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse already. It the description is: a tough bouncer is hired to tame a dirty bar. That's it. That's it. That's it. So it kind
Not
of
all the other corruption and all that bullshit.
no. The owner of the Double Deuce goes into the city and hires Patrick Swayze, who is the cooler, which is basically the hired hand who controls all the bouncers, and hires him for the Double Deuce. And he comes in. Yeah. He comes in and kind of cleans up the whole place. You see it go from like this bar where it's just a bunch of fights. There's a cage up around the freaking stage to
It's
where
madhouse, mass hysteria.
Yeah, to where it ends up being a super clean and nice place at the end.
With I forgot the fucking actor's name.
Okay.
Mustache. The mustache.
Sam Elliott?
Sam Elliott?
Him dead on the bar. That's how it,
Yep.
Yep,
Sam
he
Elliott.
died. Yep, Sam Elliott's in the movie. He ends up coming in to help clean up because it's a corrupt town. It's the same old story from the 80s. The rich guy owns almost every little piece of the town. He's taking 20% off the top.
And the bad guy from this, I can picture him as a bad guy from another movie, and I cannot figure out what it is right now, so I've got to look it up.
Not a problem, but basically,
Roadhouse Romance. No, I don't want Roadhouse Romance.
He even
out of here.
Says J.C. Penney is coming to the town because of him.
J.C. Penney.
J.C. Penney.
Oh wow.
He must be a pretty cool. He must be a pretty cool guy.
He's
I want to hang out with J.C. Penney.
But like I said, it's the same old story. Patrick Swayze's character ends up falling in love with a local chick, and fights, brawls. They end up shooting the guy at the end. The whole town ends up shooting the guy. Like it seems like all the business owners ends up shooting the bad guy in the end, and
which is absolutely hilarious. By the way, murder.
It's like
there's murder all over the place, and no one.
And they're like, you see the guy collect all the shotguns, and he goes into another room, comes out, says, "I didn't see nothing. Did you see anything?"
I figured out where I knew him from.
Did you see anything? No. Hey, did you see anything? A polar bear fell on me.
That was hilarious.
Dude, great movie. That's my initial thoughts. Steve, what was your initial thoughts of watching Roadhouse?
Roadhouse. First time I watched this movie, there was a scene where there's a fight in the bar, and I went, "Holy shit, that's Terry Funk!"
Yep.
And then Sam Elliott comes in, and I'm not saying that I don't dislike this movie, but I'm saying I definitely don't love it. Like, it's a movie. I've seen it. Like, Roadhouse.
All right. So that's your Mikey the Freak then. What was your thoughts on the movie? Way to pass it on, Steve.
No, this movie's it was very interesting. There was a lot of fights. I do like the fact that they bring Patrick Swayze to the bar, and the bar is just mass hysteria everywhere. Mm-hmm. Cats and dogs living together, and just making sure
it's true. This man has no hysteria.
Yeah. So, and he puts structure. He fires several people at the beginning because all he's there is to just figure out what's going on, which I understand. Mm-hmm. I understand where he's coming from. Being in a position of retail, You have to go in and you have to put structure down, and you want to be successful. So I've been
Are you
into.
saying that you'd make a strong head bouncer?
Yes, I think I would. I think I did that already at my previous employer. You come in and you try to analyze everything, and you fire the people that aren't working and not doing what they need to do. So I think that was cool with the structure he implemented. And then they started working together as a team and understood where they were, and it was a very successful bar, and places that somebody wanted to go to.
Mhm.
But the interesting was you have this one very very rich guy, and he basically is like the mob, like the
Yeah.
redneck mob, really, because the people he has are just a bunch of pickup truck, basically backwoods looking guys.
They even have a freaking Bigfoot. It's basically Bigfoot.
They have a Bigfoot, yes. Um, so they kind of collect the same way a mob would do. They collect from different places, and then when they turn on them, then they ended up, burning your stuff down or killing you
Mhm.
or whatever the case may be. So I thought it was kind of funny that they foreshadowed a little bit on the Patrick Swayze's character in the past. The rumor was that he got in a fight and ripped that guy's throat out
Mhm.
with his bare hands, and you kind of have an idea they're going to foreshadow that. And of course, one of the big fight scenes with the head guy from
I used to
the rich
fuck girls
guys.
like you in prison.
Yeah, so when he said that, I'm like, yeah, I didn't see that coming.
No.
I didn't see that coming at all. Um, but then he ends up ripping his throat out with his bare hands. So you're like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, I kind of saw that one coming.
It's
Um,
like when they continuously talk about John Wick killing a guy with a pencil.
Yeah.
and he kills a guy with a pencil.
Well, they don't get till that till John Wick too, but yeah.
But yeah,
It happens.
but I think it was a very solid movie. But it is Um, yeah, I mean everything about it was interesting. I did love the fact the scene that we just talked about at the end where the bear falls on the guy. He can't move. All the townsfolk, everybody that he has ends with, and some kind of issues with, end up shooting them each with a shotgun, just completely obliterate them, and hide the guns. I don't know where he put them. Probably in the other room. Who knows? And then the sheriff comes in and like, what happened? I
I
didn't see
ain't seen
nothing.
nothing.
I didn't see
I ain't seen
nothing. You're
nothing.
like, really, really, what the fuck? So they all got away with murder, basically. So
Basically.
and I would have liked to see more of a backstory with Wade, Sam Elliott's character. I would have liked to see more of a backstory with him.
Yeah.
But I thought he was a pretty good character, and him to be killed
Right.
kind of just fueled Patrick Swayze's character, fueled that fire a lot more
I
to
agree.
make really want a revenge and
Right.
and get this guy. But yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Ratings.
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and rate this movie a solid 8. This is one of those movies to where I thought going in it's a 7, but it got bumped up to 8. You know what? I'm giving it 8.5 because there is a lot of boobs, so you get the boob bump. 8.5 for me for the boob bump. So I enjoyed all the fight scenes because they were almost believable. Of course, you have a wrestler in there, Terry Funk, that makes everything always look believable. So, 8.5 for me. Steve, how about you? How would you rate this movie?
It's a 6 out of 10. That's what I'll give. It's a 6 out of 10. Coming from me. Sorry, she's like the one from Dirty Dancing. 6 out of 10, even with the boob bump. For me, it's a 6 out of 10.
All right, Mikey the Freak.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same way. Not one of my favorite Patrick Swayze movies. I haven't seen this movie in a long, long time. I'm on the same.
Either have I.
I would say a solid 6.
Hmm.
One story I do want to say because my mom does watch our Back to the Retro review. I do want to mention when this movie came out in '89. I think it hit HBO probably in 1990. So I was 10 years old. Literally, when the sex scene came on with Patrick Swayze and Kelly Lynch's character, my mom literally told me to go into the next room when it came on, or hide my eyes when it came on
You should have let him watch. You should have let him watch.
I even remember being in the kitchen and them telling me, and my house, Bearded Geek, so you know where the refrigerator was. My mom telling me, stay in there.
Stay by the fridge.
Stay by the fridge real quick. So I couldn't really peek around the corner at the TV. I don't know if she would remember that, but I remember it, especially with this movie. So that made me want to watch the movie, of course, even more later on.
Right.
But again, not my favorite Patrick Swayze movie, but better than I remember it the first time I watched it.
It's definitely not one of my favorite Patrick Swayze movies either, but I really do enjoy this movie. It's one.
The solid 6 for me. Same as Steve.
Gotcha. All right, now it's time for some trivia. Now I have to bring up the trivia because I didn't have it ready yet again.
Bringing up the trivia. You could have brought up the trivia when I was bringing up the soundtrack stuff.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we have Patrick Swayze was trained by kickboxing champion and action star Benny Urquidez, who also had a small cameo in the film. Patrick Swayze once commented that during production, he was not sure if he would live through the making of this movie. Let's see. Sam Elliott claimed that this is for what he's recognized most for. I don't know if that's
Tombstone.
I would think Tombstone. Really, I would think Tombstone. But this is what he said. That's what he said.
Whatever.
That's what he said. But that is all I have for trivia. Steve, what do we have for movie soundtrack?
Oh, because I already have the page pulled up. So what we're going to get is you get Blue Monday by Bob Seger, Rad Gumbo by Little Feat, These Arms of Mine by Otis Redding. I wonder if we were talking about that earlier. We got A Good Heart by Chris McKay. We got Cliff's Edge and Raising Heaven and Hell Tonight, both by Patrick Swayze. Roadhouse Blues and a song called Hoochie Coochie Man.
All right. Mikey the Freak, what do we have for related reels?
So These Arms of Mine is also used in Dirty Dancing later on in his career. It's weird.
There you go.
She's like the wind.
Makes sense. All right. So I've got excuse me, I went with Patrick Swayze, of course. Dirty Dancing. That's probably one of my favorite movies of Patrick Swayze. I did like him in Ghost, which is also a great flick with Patrick Swayze, and of course Point Break, which we've actually done on our previous podcast as well.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott, I liked him actually in Ghost Rider. So I didn't really note him for this one being in this, but he was in Ghost Rider, A Star Is Born, which was just a few years ago with
which version?
Bradley Cooper. I was with the Bradley Cooper version.
Cradley Booper.
And Tombstone, which is where I really know Sam Elliott from, is Tombstone. And then Kelly
don't age either.
Huh?
The man don't age.
No, he looks exactly the same. It's crazy. And then Kelly Lynch.
I wish you could say the same for Swayze. And then who?
Oh. Wow.
Dead. A moment of silence. Kelly Lynch for Charlie's Angels. Curly Sue, which is also another cute movie. I love Curly Sue. And then Cocktail. She was in Cocktail. That's it. That's all I've got.
All right.
For related reels.
Well, Steve, where can people find you on your podcast?
Not here anymore.
That's the last podcast you'd want, where you could find me. Comes out every Thursday with me and special guest co-hosts. You could also find me on this show, of course, obviously, because I'm here, and Lay It the Squad Down on the Mod Squad Network. Other than that, that's me. My name is Steve. Thank you all for coming. Tip the veal, try the staff. We'll see you next time.
That's right. You can find Back to the Retro Review on most major podcasting platforms. Check us out on YouTube as well. If you do, make sure you give us a big old thumb and hit that like, subscribe, do all the YouTuber things. Check out the Mod Squad Network on YouTube, the Back to the Retro Review's sister channel. We have a horror show, a movie show, a wrestling review show, and we go live every Saturday night with giveaways. All right, I do believe that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. So for Mikey the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, keep it retro, everybody.
Peace.
I don't get it.
See ya.